Hello. So I'm a little late this time around. Week 9 is almost over, but I wanted to make sure I gave my update. Um, this week I have been stalled on my weight loss, so I am kind of at the same place I was the week before. And I'm okay because from what I can tell, my body shape is changing even though my weight is not. And so that tells me that my cycling and everything has been improving the situation. Um, One thing that I'll admit to is that this week I think that I have had the lowest intake that I've had since surgery. I don't feel a lot like eating. I've struggled with drinking water, um, and I've even kind of failed at my vitamins and things. So I think that plays a part in why I kind of had a rough week. And I need to remind myself that we're doing these things, we take these things, we take these vitamins for a reason. It's not just to be safe, it is because the kinds of diets that we have now don't have everything that we need. And um, so I'm going to try this coming week to make a better priority of my own health, because the only thing that you're guaranteed to have in this world that you know you will have tomorrow, that you have it today and you know you'll have it tomorrow, is yourself. So everything else can fall apart and you'll survive as long as you take care of yourself. And I need to remember and remind myself of that more often, because right now I'm so outwardly focused. Like, I want to have other people notice changes. I want to have my job excel. I want to have, concerts happen. I want to make friends. I want to go on dates. I want to do all these things. And I need to remind myself that it's still early. It's still only been like 2 months. And with that comes a need to be gentle and a need to really perform self-care. So that's the first thing I want to share is, if you're at the same point where you're looking at this and you're post-op and you're like, oh, I feel great-ish, and then things start kind of going down, it's time to reevaluate. Am I still taking my vitamins? Am I still taking my medications as needed? And if you're not, to get back on that track. So speaking of, I overdid it this week, and so that's pretty much the reason why I'm late with the video. I keep forgetting that it's been a couple of months because a lot of the time I feel normal. I don't feel excessively tired anymore. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel pain. I don't have really any issues that remind me of this, other than, like, I'll just be honest, like, the only thing that's really pointed itself out to me is that I know that I'm not drinking enough water and I'm not getting enough fiber because I'm not passing waste products very much at all. And I know there are some people who would say, well, that means you're working efficiently. And I said, no, but it doesn't, because I can tell inside that I need to get things moving. So that's something to definitely be conscious of. But anyway, all these things considered, I thought that I would be good to go to a concert. Now, I went to a show a couple of weeks ago where my friend was releasing an album, and that went fine. But that show, we just sat in regular chairs and I drank water, and then we went home. This show was my first national act. We went to go see That One Guy, and I knew that I really wanted to be able to dance. And so I went to the venue. I tried to make sure I took a little bit of Tylenol before we went. And at the show, I felt pretty good. You know, we were laughing, we were hanging out, and the show was really fun. And I got to dance around a little bit. I stood on my feet for about an hour and a half. But then after the fun of it disappeared and I was sitting in my car driving home, I had a surge of incredible knife-sharp pain that just ripped through my lower back to the point where I thought I might need to go to the ER for pain intervention. This kind of stuff happens with fibro or fibromyalgia, for those who don't know what fibro means. It can also happen with arthritis, and I have both of those things, especially in my lower back. Arthritis is something that us tall people are pretty prone to. So you have to be kind of careful. But usually I'm okay. Usually I can just go home and lay down and be fine. But by the next morning I had full body muscle spasms going on. And like the pain was bad enough that I was nearly vomiting. And so I had to go to the doctor. And every professional I've seen since has been like, you're probably not conditioned for that kind of activity yet. So you need to kind of chill. Sit in a chair. Be kind to yourself. Not expend so much energy. But as a result, I started back with physical therapy, and one good thing about that is that I'm seeing the same therapist, and he remembers how bad it was before. And he's like, clearly you're not nearly as bad as you were the last time you were in physical therapy. So that's good. So I guess those are my 2 warnings of this week, or, you know, PSAs, whatever you want to call them, is that if you're starting to feel run down, crabby, just overall like, this sucks, reevaluate your medications, your vitamins, and your diet. Be honest with yourself. And also be gentle and patient with yourself when it comes to getting out and doing things. Sometimes we get used to the way that we feel, you know, with the lower energy, or our body is moving a different way, or whatever you want to say. And we get so used to it, we think it's normal, and we feel normal enough to do bigger and bigger things. 2 months out is not enough time to be going on, you know, urban hikes and going in mosh pits and stuff like that. Like, you have to be careful. So at this point, you know, it's January, soon to be February, and I now have kind of a goal of, I'm still going to go to shows because that's kind of my life. Like, live music is my favorite thing ever. So I just have to be careful about the shows that I go to and how I, you know, keep myself there. But I now have more of a goal of getting to a point where I can walk around long distances by maybe July. And I think that that is a really good thing. And I think if I hit certain milestones by July, like, I think it's very probable that I will be down over 100 pounds by July. Once I get to that point, like, my family kind of does this thing where we'll go to a particular theme park on the 4th of July, and I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to do that. So anyway, it's the weekend, so I'm gonna go back to enjoying my weekend, but I hope that if you've watched this and stuff, like the little heads up or whatever that I've given, both for bariatric patients and for regular people, because, I mean, let's face it, everyone can use a little reminder to be kind to themselves. I hope that that give some kind of boost to somebody who's watching this. Otherwise, I think that this will be a better week. I'm going to focus more to be a better week. I believe that, you know, happiness is greatly a choice, and so I'm going to be trying to choose happiness as much as I can this week. So I think you should do so as well, and I will talk to you in a few days. All right, bye.